Elias Rudolph announced right before we came on here that he will no longer be a part of that June 23rd Ohio State visit. He had a very successful visit to Pitt. Was at Miami this weekend. He's announcing he's going to commit on July 3rd. You and I both have future casts in. Obviously, good news. He's not making his way to Columbus.
Yeah, no, I don't think Ohio State was originally involved in the equation heading into the visit. I think this is more of a Michigan Pitt battle. But there was one point in time where Ohio State had some momentum with him. So, and you could have saw a realistic situation, during if he would have taken this visit. Where Ohio State could gain some momentum back. But anytime you can get Ohio State out of the race for any recruit you're battling for, is a good thing. And, in the terms of Rudolph, I think that pretty much, I know that's made some people inside Michigan's program feel pretty good about where they sit. I think they were feeling pretty good, where things are right now, but now that they have a clear commitment date in mind and, that Ohio State's getting eliminated, they're feeling pretty good, and I do think it's interesting now that, some defensive ends are starting to come off the board in terms of Michigan's favor as we get into Devin Baxter here shortly. But, I fully expect Rudolph to be part of the class. There's guys like Dominic Nichols that are still out there that I feel good about. Obviously Jacob Smith, Darian Mayo, who we'll be talking more about here coming up. And then there's a couple other names involved there too, but space is limited. They're running out. And so, the faster these guys commit, they'll have their spot secured. So, these guys, some of them might be, some of them might be waiting themselves out of a spot if they take this on if they drag this on much longer, but I do think it's intriguing that some names are starting to come off the board here, especially names that are on Michigan's radar.
Yeah, I think there was a thought that Rudolph and then Brian Robinson's the other one are two guys originally from Ohio. I know Rudolph went down, but that Ohio State might get back into with Michigan's edge problem, which is a good problem, which is they have too many dudes they're going after. But maybe Ohio State's just comfortable letting that dust settle. Because like you said, one of the names we've been talking about, Devin Baxter, is now committing tonight at 8. He has been to Rutgers, or I've got this backwards now. Ben to Rutgers was supposed to go to Virginia Tech, or I don't remember which way it was. But either way, he's got another visit coming up between one of those two. I can't remember which was first. But yeah, I mean, obviously coming right out of the visit, probably you've got your future cast in for Baxter. So we're assuming him to go blue tonight. And he's, like you said, the first guy kind of taking a spot.
Yeah, you're coming off a weekend visit, and that Monday you announce that you're committing. That pretty
usual tell.
Yeah, pretty evident. and the stuff I'm hearing from people makes me feel pretty good that that this is a done deal to Michigan. So I feel pretty good that Michigan's going to be the choice here in a couple hours, and just another name off the board, and kind of clears up the muddy waters a little bit in terms of who are they going to take and why. And obviously Rudolph here in a week or so, or 2 weeks, I should say, we'll kind of clear that up even further. But he's another guy that's kind of been under the radar, and as Michigan's identified him early and they felt pretty good that they could make some ground when he visited. I mean, there was some talk that they could probably get him to commit if they push for him. But obviously the visit went extremely well. And, we're probably looking at a commitment here in a couple hours.
Yeah, I was more interested in, I don't want to say was Michigan going to allow him to commit, but that's really how that works sometimes with sorting things out. So I'll be interested to see how the rest of the folks follow through. I think Baxter was a guy that as soon as they got on campus, they were going to win him over. It was just a matter of, was he going to be the first domino, or other dominoes going to be put in place? So obviously that starts tonight. So I think we've kind of been waiting for that first one, because that could cause an interesting effect. Obviously Rudolph on the 3rd, like you said.